It being a little after 7 PM on May 7th, 2025. It's opening the Kingston Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, very good. First on the agenda is a Miss Veronica McCarthy. Lane, do you have that? Are you able to read it?
Yeah, public hearing will be held at Town Hall, 26 Evergreen Street on Wednesday, April 16th at 7 PM. Applicant Veronica McCarthy, 2 Braintree Ave, map 59, lot 32, seeks a special permit per section Kingston zoning bylaw 10.4.b. Addition will not meet the required setbacks of Kingston zoning bylaws 8.1 and 8.2. An existing structure does not meet minimum lot size. I'll make a motion to open the hearing.
Can I get a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Take a look, make sure you have the green lights on. Yep.
There we go. Good
Take
evening,
away.
Nicholas Ling on behalf of the applicant Veronica McCarthy. I'm from Grady Consulting. I'm here to discuss the proposed project at 2 Braintree. We're here for a special permit for an addition that does encroach on the required setbacks, but is less than the existing nonconformity on that side of the building. If you look at the front here, we have them shaded in for easy viewing. The additions are going to be in 2 locations. Actually, there is one in the rear. We're not here for a special permit on that. That is actually already a roofed portion of the structure, so we're just going to be enclosing that already roofed section. But the front is where we're asking for relief. It is 8.6 from the feet from the lot line as proposed. If you look just a little bit closer to the water, which is going to be the right-hand side of the plan for you, you will see that it is a 8 point. I think I said 8.6. It was 8.7 is proposed. 8.6 is what is existing. I misspoke. I apologize for that. It's pretty straightforward one, but I'd be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Is it a single-story dwelling?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't have any like plans of the building. What, do you have plans of what the build-out looks like? Like a side view?
I don't know if we have those. Let me double check.
Or a picture of it? Like before and after?
No, I don't believe we have anything like that. But it's just a small addition for, so the purpose of the addition is that there's a utility room that only has exterior access. So if something were to happen in the winter, the owner's gonna have to go around the outside of the dwelling. There is no front door on this dwelling from the street side. So this would give her a front door as well as access to this utility room, which currently only has an exterior access doorway.
How many bedrooms?
How many bedrooms is this?
Yeah.
I believe this is a 3-bedroom?
Looks like a big-sized lot.
It is not a big size lot. This is over on Rocky Nook.
Well, it's got a good-sized front, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is big for Rocky Nook, unless this is a really small house, it's a tiny, tiny house. It had a-
It is a small house, single story.
Lane,
I don't have any questions.
Kevin?
See, so I just want to clarify, so the overhang you're not doing now?
The one I mentioned?
Well, there's 2 shaded.
Yes, so the one in the rear, there already is a roof overhead, so it's essentially a porch, a covered deck area. That's just going to get enclosed with walls. But there's already a roof over that, so we're not asking for any relief for that section. That's by right. We're asking for relief for the front right
Okay.
addition.
So you're just doing the addition of 23 by 15,
Yes,
and it's more towards the street.
correct,
It's away from the water.
correct.
How far is it kicking inward from the right side of the house? Like 3 feet?
It'll be like 3
I
inches.
don't have that dimension offhand, but about 3 feet, I would say is correct.
All right, that's all the questions I had.
Bob?
I have no questions.
Marcia?
I only have one question.
Sure.
In the increase in the existing nonconformity, is that .1 encroachment? It's 8.6 right now, the side yard?
Yes, and this is proposed at 8.7, so
So
we're
it's-
not getting closer.
It's increasing the nonconformity. If the nonconformity right now is 8.6, you want to make it 8.7.
This new portion will be 8.7 away from the property
Okay.
line, yes.
Whereas,
Whereas currently, the closest portion of the structure is 8.6.
okay, that's what I needed to know. I don't have any other questions.
All right. I don't got much here. I mean, you got sewer, it's a 3-bedroom. You seem to have ample parking, it's an ample yard. You got nothing, let me, anyone from the public? Yay, nay? Braintree. 2 Braintree Ave. Yes.
It's down by Grace Beach.
All right, anyone on
There-
Zoom?
There is a letter in the file from an abutter.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Anyone on Zoom? For or against? Okay, I have I'm guessing no, not even from Matt, okay. I have a letter from a Mr. Daniel Garvey Jr. Dear Chairman Dolan, my name is Daniel Garvey. I am in receipt of an abutters notification of the notice of public hearing dated Wednesday, April 16th, 2025 at 7 PM for the applicant Veronica McCarthy of 2 Braintree Ave. Unfortunately, I will not be out of the country and I'm able to attend nor watch the hearing. I would like to state the following. I own the property located at 6 Braintree Avenue. 2, I am a direct abutter to 2 Braintree Avenue. 3, I've had extensive conversations with Veronica McCarthy about her construction plans. And number 4, I do not have any concerns with a variance being issued regarding the setback from my property required under Kingston ZBL 8.1 and 8.2. Signed, Mr. Garvey. That being said, anything
Hey,
else?
Excuse me, Chair, if you can hear me? I'm
Oh,
not
there you
getting
are.
Any audio feed at all? from
Yep,
Town
yeah, I can hear
Hall
you.
on Zoom feed, I don't know if there's anything anybody can do about that.
You're not getting audio feed, or I can hear you? Then maybe you're not, is that,
There it is.
Oh,
Thank
we're
you.
on mute.
oh, how, we're on mute? Are we unmuted back there? All right, we're unmuted. Mr. Pennell, you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All
Thank
right.
you.
That being said, anybody from the public on Zoom that would like to speak toward this? Yay or nay? Okay, it's Ms. McCarthy. Anybody on the board, anything last thing? That being said, we'll make a motion to close.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fine.
Can I make a motion to approve the special permit for 2 Braintree Avenue?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Thank
Very
you.
much. Have a good night.
You know the appeal process and all that?
I'm sorry?
You understand the appeal process?
Yes.
Okay. Next on the agenda is 81 Howlands Lane. Lane, you got that?
Yes. Public hearing will be held at Town Hall, 26 Evergreen Street, room 200, on Wednesday, April 2nd. Applicant Mark Moore, 81 Howlands Lane, seeks a special variance from the required front yard setback from Lee Road to build an open deck. Variance being requested under the language of Kingston zoning bylaw, section 10.4B. I don't know why it says Mass General laws there. But this was already open.
No, it was not.
Oh, it was not. I'll make a motion to open the hearing.
Can we get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, take it away.
All right, thank you. Yeah, this is my second appearance because previously there were only 3 out of the 5 members, so all 5 are here today, so that's great. Yeah, so basically, all I'm seeking is I have a fenced-in part of my lawn on one side of the property facing Lay Road, as I understand that's how you pronounce it, Lay Road. It's already fenced in. There is a small set of steps that are right by a sliding glass windows on that side of the house that goes out to that lawn. What I'd like to do is take those out and put a deck in its place, a 12 by 16 deck. The problem is, by doing that, it's going to now mean the deck is going to, instead of being 26.6 feet away from the property line, it's now going to be, the corner of it's going to be 15.5. So that's why I'm seeking a variance. The other thing that came up last time is there was a question as to why this is a special variance. And from what I understand, the only reason it's a special variance is because I abut 2 different streets, or I have property on 2 different streets, but I'm conforming currently to both. So that was not an issue, but I think that was the only reason it was considered a special variance. And what else? So yeah, the high-level measurements are on the plot plan on the big sheet. And if you're interested to know all the details, it's on the other diagram where I put all the different measurements to all parts of the deck and the building and the fence and things like that. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Mr. Piniella, you're there. I'm guessing you're here to speak on this, or you're here for Cushman?
No, I submitted comment on this, and I just wanted to make sure that the applicant understands the need to file with Conservation Commission for this is all. I don't have any comment on the merits of the project at all.
Do you want me to read it?
Has it been provided to the applicant?
I don't know, but I can read it for him and he can take mine.
Sure.
All right, this is from, I think this is from Mr. Piniella. Apologies for taking so long to get back. 81's ZBA filing. While I can't speak to the merits of the proposal, it's clear that the activity proposed would require permitting from the Conservation Commission. I attached a 2004 plan from the development of the lot, showing the location of the wetlands and the 25-foot buffer. While the 100-foot jurisdictional buffer is not shown, it's likely encompasses the entire lot. Any modifications within jurisdiction need some form of permitting from the Commission or Conservation Department. Depending on the project of note, though not necessarily to this proposal, is the perpetual ongoing condition listed on the attached certificate of compliance from the development of the property that states no excavating, cutting of trees, grading, or lawn installation is to occur within 25 feet of the wetlands in perpetuity, excuse me. Please provide my comments to ZBA and forward this to the applicant so they can be aware, and they can reach out to me with any questions. Thanks, Mr. Piniella. So, Mr. Piniella, are you basically stating that this deck would fall inside the 100-foot buffer?
Yep, that's correct.
So would that trigger them having to go in front of the Conservation Commission in order to get this approved?
More than likely, yeah. Really small projects can go through admin review from my department, but chances are this would be, I would think, at least an RDA filing.
Did you see this
That doesn't.
email?
that
Do
doesn't-
you want a
the ZBA
copy?
couldn't-
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet.
You could have my copy.
Sir, there were several pages attached to
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna give
Oh,
you,
okay.
Just so, if he wants the whole
Yeah, give
thing.
him the whole, the whole thing.
it's the email and then the filing.
Lane, did you give him yours? Or, okay.
What, I'll ask the board, because it sounds like you're gonna have to go in front of Conservation before us. Or we can, I don't know if you want to condition it. Lane, your feeling?
It's a variance,
Correct.
so I guess you have to kind of tell us why it needs a variance. why you need a variance?
I was told that I can't be within 25 feet of the road, any building structure, which currently I'm conforming, I'm 26.6, but on that side of the property, if I built the deck, it would now only be 15 and a half feet to the edge of the property. That's the only reason I filed for a variance. The wetland concerns me because an old plan from 2003, I know that's old, shows that the wetland area is on the total other side of the property, and that the rest of the property is not inside of any kind of wetlands.
I think there's a buffer zone to where all the wetlands. So if the wetlands start at the edge of your property, there's the 100-foot buffer. And you've got to be within 100 feet, or Mr. Pinello would not be talking about it,
So you can't build anything within 100 feet of the wetland?
in the buffer zone. Or you'd have to go through the Conservation Commission to get approval.
So it must have got approval because the house is definitely closer than 100 feet.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Oh, the house could have been grandfathered. It was probably
Okay.
there
Yeah,
100 years and someone remodeled it.
okay.
I guess what Lane was asking is,
You
what
have to
do you-
meet certain standards.
Right, so you have to meet a certain standard, whether it's shape, soils, or topography. One of those three things you need to say, this is my hardship. This is the reason why I'm putting a deck in this spot.
Well, he's got this, it's soils, is what I would assume, because of the wetlands. But you have to meet a hardship as to why you
Right,
can build
not,
this.
not, I want to put a deck, there has to be a hardship reason to put it in?
That's under the
Yeah.
law, basically.
Okay.
I would have said shape, but I guess you could say soils because you can't put it on the other side because of the wetlands.
Yeah, you can't, I mean, I'm familiar with this property, you can't build in the back, right?
No, there's definitely no room to build in the back. This
Yeah.
is only on the side where it's on the Lee Street side.
Yeah, and so, yeah, no, I know where this is. So, I guess, I don't know what the hardship would be.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he has to provide the hardship that he feels. I just said that because he has two roads. He didn't have two roads. If you're done, I'll move.
So you're saying well, what setback is the Lee Road one? Is that a side or a front?
He has two fronts.
He has two fronts?
He's on two frontage on two streets.
Oh, what would the side setback be in this
That would be, I
zone?
think it'd be 15.
By side, you mean
26.
not facing a street?
No, if you didn't have in other words, if you had an abutting house there where Lay Road was, I'm pretty sure it'd be 15 on your right. If your house is on Howlands. I don't know what is
So
your.
he has two gigantic setbacks
Yeah.
that he has to meet? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's a Howland Street address, but I also abut, obviously, Lee Street, too.
So, I don't know.
Kevin, your feeling?
My feeling is that this is an as-built plan from 2004, okay? And so when we saw the other plan, and I don't have it right here right now, but I did see it, the wetlands were, the two maps didn't jive. Whether, because the as-builts back then, they move footage, foundations. It's an as-built. Where a certified plan it is, you know, I'm like, you want to definitely check with conservation, make sure that you're out of that.
Good.
That's all what I think.
Bob?
I know the property, and I have no problem with it whatsoever. I think it's fine. Lay Road, seems to be plenty of room there, so
Do you do?
I have no problem with it.
You'd want to do a condition?
Pardon?
You'd want to do a condition over basically waiting for conservation?
I think it's fine.
Very good. Marcia?
The house was built in 2004?
Yeah, there was a previous house there, I believe, but it was torn down, and the new house was built there.
Was it, and did you, I'm just, what kind of permit was issued in 2004? I got the impression it was like a new build in 2004.
Yeah, so I bought the property in 2017, so I'm not sure what permits were issued back in 2004.
But in 2004,
Or-
it met with all of the zoning setback requirements.
In 2004, in theory, I guess, I don't know.
You don't know that?
I-
I guess my view is if it met all the setbacks in 2004,
Which I think it does, because from what I understand, they say it's currently conforming. Does that mean it meets all the setbacks?
Yeah, it would have to
Yeah.
have met, he got a certificate of occupancy, I would assume.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
mean,
but
it
I
met
mean,
it.
is it?
He's just here for a variance, though. He's changing his.
But
his
was
land.
it, did we pass a new zoning? Did we pass new zoning ordinances that create this two front yard dilemmas that,
The house might have been
I
small.
get-
It could have been considerably smaller. And then they
because that
added
would make a
on.
difference if it was a pre-existing non-conforming structure.
I think it is that.
Well, I'm asking the applicant. Do you know?
I don't know what was there before, if that's what you're asking.
Well, it would make a difference to me, because I think that if at the time it was built and it wasn't considered a pre-existing non-conforming structure at that time, and the streets were laid out the same, and the setbacks were the same, I know it's an odd situation, because it's two, I don't know, collector streets, they're, whatever, based upon my discussions with David. But if it's not a pre-existing non-conforming structure, I'm struggling to find out why you should get to build a deck now that encroaches on the setbacks that were in existence when it was built. I just don't know what the hardship would be.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, if it was previously non-conforming and it became conforming,
It doesn't have to
yeah.
become conforming. I mean, I don't, they say it conforms now. That might have just been serendipitous. It might have been a condition of your permit. Maybe that's why you got the permit. I don't know those things. I'm kind of coming into this blind and looking at a situation where the wetlands probably didn't change.
probably not, right?
And I don't think the street layout changed. I'm just guessing, probably not, I don't know. You've lived there longer than I have.
Yeah, since 2018, actually. I didn't buy it in 27, it was 2018. that I
Oh, well,
bought it.
you've lived in the town about the same time I have
Yeah,
too, so.
so I don't know a lot of the history of
Has the
that.
street layout stayed this way all
Yeah,
along?
Kevin?
I live right
Kevin?
around there. so
Kevin, we want to
it's
give
the
the,
same.
Honestly, I'll shed some light on
Kevin will
this.
give the history lesson.
Well, I mean, again, I'm just trying to figure out, if the applicant doesn't know.
There was no house there originally, okay? Brian Wallace built that house in '03, '04. There used to be where the turnaround there, it used to be a turnaround for school buses.
Right.
Back
A
then.
little dirt road.
Yeah,
just
a
to
little
come
dirt
out.
road, just
On
turn
Lee
around,
Road.
so
Lee
Right in the
Road?
corner.
that's why I think that because, it was a non-conforming back then, when they built that, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, this as-built plan could be totally shifted from a certified plan.
Things were different way back then.
Yeah, I mean, back then, you didn't need a certified plan.
Well, it's 21 years ago, I get that. I don't have enough information I don't see any hardship right now. I don't, other than you'd like to have a deck. So if you're just polling the board, that would be.
Yeah, it's mainly, the lawn's uneven, it's slightly sloping. I'd like to be able to, have a table and a grill out there when I have guests over. So I don't know if you categorize that as a hardship, but it's just nice to have.
Yeah, so
Can you move it over any?
I don't think it would even make any difference.
Can't because I have a garage door, so I can't move it really any closer to the front of the building because I have a garage door, like a side garage door right there.
Yeah, but you could create maybe like a little pathway and then move the deck over. I don't know if that would give
Like
you more feet.
not have the deck go right up to the house, just create a place where the door goes.
No, I mean next to the garage. Have like a little walkway to get to it next to the garage.
Yeah, well, right now it's just the back lawn to get to it. But if I moved a,
Maybe he has a garage there.
I'm saying-
Maybe that's a garage?
Could you reduce it 16 feet, I guess, long?
so wide. So it
Wide,
takes
is
up
that what-
16 feet of the house, yep.
And that's what creates that corner 15.51 feet?
No, that's the part that
Yours.
comes out 12 feet. That's what starts to encroach on that 25-foot limit. It's
So
a
if you
12 by
moved it where
16.
the
Could you make it
21,
smaller? Could you
yeah.
make it like,
I think
10 feet.
you'd still trigger the variance.
It'd
No,
still
you
be
could-
encroaching, right?
You could
It
move
doesn't
it
look
to where
like-
the 21 feet
Right.
hits it, and then move it over all the way.
I'm lost, because either way, he's supposed to have 50 feet, I think.
I agree, yeah.
Area to walk and then build the deck there.
I think he has a garage door there.
No, the garage
I don't see
One
the garage.
the garage faces Hallam, doesn't it?
The garage door, there's a side entry door.
Oh, I'm saying move the,
Right there, right beside the deck, there's a
Oh.
side entry door into the garage, not the main garage door, which obviously that's the driveway
Okay.
side.
That's not shown on this plan then? That's,
Yep, because it wasn't pertinent.
okay.
I mean, you could have a patio.
I'm not
Instead of
saying,
the deck.
but yeah, you can. But I don't know if Mr. Pinella would still have to have a little
Well,
part of
yeah.
that. So what he's saying, and he's actually correct, is you wouldn't have to come in front of us for the variance if you did a patio, because it's technically not attached to the house.
I see.
Instead of a raised.
So it would have to be just on the ground and not attached to the
Yeah.
house.
Doesn't matter that it's a patio, it's just not attached to the house, has no, it has nothing to do with us.
No structural attachment.
It's not considered a structure at that point, is what you're saying?
Nope, exactly.
Even if it's made of like a platform, has floorboards and everything?
No, we can't do wood, you'd have to do something
Stone?
natural, like a patio.
Oh, I see. It's
Gravel?
it's part of the ground at that point.
Right.
Bluestone?
Yeah,
You know, well,
okay,
but you might still trigger Pinella a little bit.
yeah.
Listen.
I'd have to build some stairs, well, there's stairs there already, so I would just still have stairs going down to that patio, because the sliding glass door is raised up by 2.5 feet. So that would still be okay.
Yep, it's not attached to the house. You're doing it, we've done it in enough before. There's
Yeah.
one right across from the beach.
I don't think anybody wants to not allow this, but we have to follow the code.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could go the patio route, or what you're saying is I could go in front of the Conservation Commission and try to,
I think each one triggers a conservation commission, but a patio would probably be less. I'm not gonna talk for Mr. Pinella. Could be probably less invasive of a thing in that 100-foot buffer. But again, it doesn't trigger us at all. We don't even have a variance, it's nothing. It's not connected to the house. It's
Yeah.
not part of the, doesn't even get an inspection,
okay,
you know?
Yeah, like pavers, you know,
Yeah, any of
it's
those.
impervious, so.
Right.
yeah.
You could talk to them, you know?
But that would, you'd be out of this.
Yeah,
We just,
okay,
but if you're dying to get a deck, you're gonna have to, as everyone's the board is kind of saying, is you have to show us the hardship, the real reason that you can't put the deck anywhere else in your property and make it conform. And it sounds like, you know, from the talk back with Marcia's, your house must have been permitted a specific way to be built.
yeah.
And it's probably in your deed.
Well, part of the reason I can't put the deck on any other part of the house is, well, I have a porch in front, so that's a porch. I can't put a deck off the porch, it wouldn't do me any, wouldn't have any value there. I don't have any doors or windows at all on the other side of the house, and then, as you said, I can't build anything in the back because it's way too close to the property line. So that's really the only place I could build a deck.
Right, but it still doesn't seem, I think, to some of them as a hardship. It's just something you would like.
Yeah.
Again, perhaps your permitting history would provide you some relief, because if it is a pre-existing non-conforming structure or lot or something, this board has discretionary authority.
Yeah, but he said it was built in 2004, so.
I know, but he doesn't think it's very accurate either, so
well,
I'm just saying.
Zoning happened in 1996, I think. Yeah. So once it was created, you're grandfathered out.
Well, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, she might be right. There
Again,
might be
it
something
doesn't
in your
hurt
title.
it doesn't hurt to ask. Valerie, the planning office might be able to help you on that.
So ask for the permit history in the planning office?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to continue with the deck, then yes.
Because then this board has the authority to approve a deck and I agree with Lane, I think everybody would like to get to yes, but there are these nasty little laws in the way.
Yeah.
So we can continue this, and you can make two decisions. You can meet with Mr. Pinella, get kind of a rundown on what he would, if it's even allowed, or you'd have to go in front of that board, because even then, we'd probably condition that. If you got approval, it would have a condition that it has to be approved by the Conservation Commission. And then on top of that, you could explore your deed, how you're permitted. You might be locked in by your permit, being a newer house. So, Mr. Pinella, you popped in.
Yeah, just with a suggestion, if you're looking for your permitting history, you can go on the town website, fill out a public records request, check off all the permitting departments, like building department, conservation, planning, stuff like that. That should help.
And what would that result in? They would send me like a digital copy of everything?
Maybe, or a digital copy, or whatever they have on file for their,
Yeah, any plans, permits, things like that. Anything specifically that you ask for. So if you say you want just plans and permits, they'll just send that stuff.
And you're saying
And that should help you.
there might be a permit in there that already sort of grants me permission to do such a thing. It's worth looking into, is what you're
it
saying?
would be worth looking into. There might be a reason why your house is exactly where it is.
Okay,
Or you can go down to the building department and check in there too.
okay.
That being said, we can continue it, and you can leave it open, and you can you can withdraw down the road, or you can continue down with it. The only thing I gotta give you a reminder, if you go down the deck road and are denied, you cannot bring it in front of us for at least 2 years.
Okay.
And it has to be different when you bring it back. So just a heads up there, kind of puts a kibosh on it
Yeah.
completely.
How long can I leave this request open?
I can say continue it for a month, I can say continue for 2 months.
Yeah, I'd like to leave it open for now until I figure out what I want to do.
All right,
Should also
You know,
look into
yeah.
the standards for a variance, what a hardship is.
yeah, so again,
See
we
if
keep
you
saying
meet that.
hardship because monetary value, I don't like to look at my neighbor, those aren't hardships. It has to be like a true, because a variance has a really high standard. So that the hardship, when we say it, one of the 3 hardships, you have to say, my hardship is this is the reason, I have the paperwork to back it up. If you say soils, it's wet over here, I can't do anything over here. You can't say, I don't have a door over there, so I can't have a deck.
Yeah.
That just says you don't want to, you want to put it there because you want to put it there.
So you would recommend look up the definition of what a hardship is, or how could I get some examples of what a hardship would be?
Trying to think of the few that I've done is the person had a big piece of property, the house was tucked all the way to the corner of the property, and the only reason they could build everything that they built on their house is the whole other side of the house dropped 20 to 30 feet off into nothing. So their hardship was the topography. They couldn't build anything, they'd have to fill in 10,000 yards of everything to get it back up to normal. It was an impossibility. Trying to think of another one. We don't do very many.
Yeah.
Can you use a wetland for?
You can Google it.
Yeah. Or even just go talk to
What would I
Dave.
Google, though? Because hardship's a very general term.
Yeah.
Massachusetts
Variance hardships,
zoning
Massachusetts.
hardship. Or
Okay.
Massachusetts
No, variance
zoning
standards.
Variance, yeah.
It'll go through, you have at least, you have soil, so there's like different standards here. There's basically 3, but you've met, I would say 2, in my opinion. The hardship is the hardest one. It's not gonna be a detriment, really, unless someone, I mean, I know that you shouldn't be building that close to the road, I guess, but it's a straight shot, no one's gonna fly into your deck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm around the corner from you on Page Avenue, and I have I'm on 2 different streets, and we can't build a deck on one side, so it's the same situation.
Similar situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can continue it a month, 2 months, whatever you think. And then you can do 2 things. You can either get rid of it and go a different path, or you can say, no, I need another month, kick it another month.
So just like let you know, Jeannie, what I want to do? Okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to continue it for the time being? Do
Yeah.
some homework?
Yeah.
How long?
Let's start for a month, and I'll let you know if I
Yeah.
needed to extend it more.
June 18th. Okay, give it a try. It's gonna be summertime, so.
I'll make a motion to continue this till June 18th
7 p. Hold on.
at 7?
That's what I'm asking.
At
the
7
only-
PM.
Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. And if you know, a couple days prior, a week prior, that you need another month, just tell her.
Yeah, because I don't know how long it's going to take to get these records that I'm requesting.
Right.
That could take a while.
I'm just saying tell her, because if not, we're gonna show up tonight and have no applicants.
10 days to respond.
Okay. And the Conservation Commission information is on the town website,
Sorry?
or whatever.
You should
conservation-
contact, I mean, I gave you the email.
It's in the email, okay.
Yeah. And Mr.
And
Pinella was.
just talk to Matt, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Cushman Farms LLC.
I'll make a motion to continue.
Yes, how far, we've done like 5 continues.
I'll second.
Yeah, to when?
June 4th or June 18th.
I don't know, the last couple times they've requested the one, and then now they didn't get back to you at all, even a stitch?
They did this afternoon, saying that they weren't gonna, they wanted a continuance because they didn't have the results from the peer review, the comments.
Kick it a month, maybe? I mean, it seems like every 2 weeks they're popping up and they're not showing up. I don't know, anyone have a number? June 18th? Give it a try?
18th.
All right, so we had a second.
Second.
Oh, I think Marcia seconded it. All in favor? Aye. That's at 7:05, correct?
Yes.
Very good. Anybody else, anything else? Any minutes, anything?
Nope.
Can you get a motion?
So what is?
Motion to adjourn.
Is June 18th the next meeting?
No, that's a month away. We have a meeting on the 21st of May, and there's nothing on for June 4th yet.
Oh, it's the 21st of May, okay.
How many we have on May 21st?
2.
2, all right.
Make a motion to
And we have
adjourn.
Shore Drive and the trash transfer station
Oh, good.
at Marion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.